44 First Edition and LSU Fraternity is now suspended due to hazing allegations. How students are reacting to yet another investigation on campus. And a vaccine event is taking place for faculty and staff on LSU's campus today. What you can do right now before you get your shot.
First Edition.
Hey there, friends. Good Friday morning to you. Thanks so much for being with us for Fox 44 First Edition. I'm Jaron Jordan. Let's start this morning with a check of our forecast with meteorologist Ashley Ruiz as we head into the weekend. Ashley, it's shaping up to be a pretty warm one.
Oh my goodness, yes, 85 tomorrow, and it's going to be humid. So not a comfortable 85, a humid 85. 63 this morning, so it's pretty comfortable thanks to a cold front that just passed through our area. Maybe 2 hours ago, we have a northeast wind at 9 miles per hour. Still cloudy, but notice the sun's trying to peek through the clouds. We'll see partly to mostly cloudy skies today, and I know it's kind of hard to see, but you see some shading out there. Overall, we are just seeing, again, partly to mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures are in the 50s and low and mid 60s now. Southeast of the cold front, looks as though the cold front may be stalling out shortly. We have temperatures in the 60s and 70s. We'll hit a high near 79 degrees today, even though the cold front moved in. It's just our winds are going to be out of the northeast to start, eventually out of the southeast because a warm front's going to lift to the north. And in turn, that may trigger a few showers. So our rain chance is around 20%, so most stay dry. 20 to 30% on Saturday. North of the 10 and 12 corridor, a few more showers may be in the mix, but most stay dry. Now Sunday, a cold front will move in, and our rain chance then around 50 to 60%. So I'll time it out for you coming up in just a little bit. But let's get a first check on the traffic. A little busy out there this morning. Here's I-12 at Drusilla. We've had a few issues this morning, but things are looking better. It's just very congested. Your traffic is sponsored by Peyton Murphy at the Murphy Law Firm. Jaron?
Well, we start this hour with some developing news. 5 people are dead from a deadly sweep of severe storms and tornadoes through the deep south. You can see here some of the damage in central Alabama, debris thrown everywhere. This morning, thousands of people remain without power in parts of Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia. As the storms move east today, forecasters fear more damage for the deep south as daylight approaches. Coming up in about 15 minutes, we'll take a deeper look at the damage in central Alabama and the surrounding area. Also in developing news this morning, an LSU fraternity is now suspended after reports of alleged hazing. The Kappa Sigma fraternity is being accused of serving minors alcohol as well as disobeying coronavirus restrictions. According to a letter from an associate dean, the fraternity went on a 3-day trip to Houston last fall where they hosted a party with over 300 people. LSU students say they are disappointed in yet another ongoing hazing investigation on campus. They're now calling on the university to take action.
Why would someone do that? Like, I don't understand the reason behind it.
This is the reason why we're actually still wearing masks and having to isolate ourselves.
The fraternity is also being accused of depriving pledges of sleep and sending a student to the hospital following an alcohol-related incident. The National Kappa Sigma organization did not comment on the matter, but they are expected to hold a hearing set for April 8th. Meanwhile, LSU leaders are working to address their failures as reported in that bombshell Title IX investigation. They've announced a new special committee on Title IX compliance. Right now, there are 7 members on that committee. They'll oversee the university's efforts to form a new Title IX reporting process. They'll also ensure that LSU's new action plan is followed as closely as possible. The current committee members are also members of the LSU Board of Supervisors. Keeping you there on campus, happening today, LSU is hosting a vaccine event for faculty and staff. Fox 44's Courtney Williams is live at Tiger Stadium with more on the event that gets underway in just about an hour. Hey, Courtney, good morning.
Hey, good morning to you guys. Well, this is the second time LSU is hosting a vaccine clinic, but today it's all about faculty and staff. So since the eligibility actually expanded for staff of higher education institutions, this gave LSU the green light to administer vaccines for all faculty, staff, grad assistants, and student workers. Earlier this month, a pop-up clinic was hosted for the general public for the single-dose Johnson & Johnson vaccine. But to receive a shot, you must have an appointment. Walk-ups are not being allowed, and appointments can be booked through the My LSU portal online. The university has received limited quantities of both the Pfizer and Moderna vaccine, so anyone scheduled between 8:30 to 11:30 this morning will receive the Pfizer vaccine, and those scheduled between noon and 4 p.m. will receive the Moderna vaccine. And for those who already made an appointment, you'll be asked to arrive at your scheduled appointment time, allowing ample time for parking or walking to the site. You will be required to present a form of ID when you come check in, and that can be either a state-issued or military ID. Now, if you are unable to schedule an appointment for today, your name will remain on the vaccine eligibility list, and LSU will continue to provide updated information regarding any additional vaccine events that will be held on campus. But if you want to know more information and possibly want to schedule an appointment, you can head over to our website. That's at brproud.com, or you can download our free BR Proud app. Courtney Williams, Fox 44 News.
All right, Courtney, thank you. Another vaccine opportunity for you here in the capital city. Ochsner is teaming up with Southern University for an event tomorrow. It's happening at the F.G. Clark Activity Center on Southern's campus. 2,000 doses of the Moderna vaccine will be administered. You need to book an appointment, though, in advance. You can call the number that's there on your screen, or you can book online through the My Ochsner portal. Pfizer is starting to test their vaccine on children. The company, along with German partner BioNTech SE, started giving injections to their first volunteers yesterday. The pediatric trial will include children as young as 6 months old. The companies hope to have data from the trial in the second half of this year and are aiming to expand vaccination distribution to children under the age of 12 by early 2022. Great news from right here in the capital city. Baton Rouge General announcing they didn't admit a single new COVID-19 patient yesterday. Spokesperson with the hospital says it's the first time since March 17th of last year that BRG didn't see a new COVID-19 patient. While it is a sign of progress, there are still about 25 folks at Baton Rouge General hospitalized with COVID-19 complications. In your local election headquarters this morning, from immigration to voting rights and international affairs, President Biden's first news conference touched on a lot of issues his administration plans to tackle. The president says he's unapologetic about rolling back some Trump-era policies, including the rollbacks on immigration. He also talked about voting rights, sharing his frustration over new state laws requiring IDs, restricting mail-in ballots, and early voting. On the coronavirus front, Biden announced another big national push in vaccinations.
Now today I'm setting a second goal, and that is we will, by my 100th day in office, have administered 200 million shots in people's arms. That's right, 200 million shots in 100 days.
This morning, we're well over halfway there with over 100 million shots already into arms. President Biden says he's aiming for at least half of K through 8th grade students back in the classroom full time within the next 35 days. Biden also talked about his immigration plan to address the ongoing issues along the southern border, but Republicans are pushing back against the president's stance. They say President Biden should reinstate those Trump-era policies like the Remain in Mexico policy that adds restrictions on asylum. Biden says he's trying to rebuild a system damaged by the Trump administration. Louisiana Senator John Kennedy says otherwise.
He inherited the most secure border that we've had in my lifetime. He's saying, don't come, don't come, don't come. But I think the new administration believes in open borders.
Senator Kennedy is one of 19 Republican senators who will visit the U.S.-Mexico border today for an up-close look at the surge in migrants. President Biden has said that he expects to visit the border sometime in the near future. Still ahead here on Fox 44 First Edition, we're getting a better look this morning at some of the damage left behind by yesterday's severe storms across the South.
And coming up after the break, I am breaking down that weekend forecast for you. All the details are coming up in just a few minutes.